But every single time I tell people, I
Mm.
said, I just got unlucky with some statistics. Because if you're going to pump that many people through
Yeah.
in a week with a 15-minute consult, and that doctor,
Mm.
that individual has to be near perfect every time. And if they're getting 95% of things correct,
Mm.
think about that 5% error as that little filter bubble as you go through the system. That's a lot of
Mm.
people getting misdiagnosed every day when you're operating at 95% of your expertise. So if you
Mm.
get 19 out of 20 right, that means you get 1 out of 20 wrong.
And like the other part of that is, I remember one of the, like, we had a few workshops and things with some of the GPs, for one of the issues that we were dealing with locally when I was at the primary health organisation here. And yeah, I remember one of them sharing some stories about that stuff, like the time that they got it wrong and the letter that they got from the patient's parent or whatever about that. And like, I can't even imagine living in a world where I get something wrong and the consequences,
Yeah.
like, you didn't do it on purpose. You were trying to do your best. You wanted to get it right. Like, as you say, you wanted to get it right. You want to get it right every time. And it might be 99%, but there's still that 1 in 100, and probably the 99
Yep.
you got it right for, you don't even think about. But that 1 in 100,
Yeah.
like, they have to deal with that over and over again because of the nature of what the consequence could sometimes be, and hopefully it's not too catastrophic
Yeah.
every time, but every now and
It's just a
again it will
numbers
be,
game.
right? And it must be
Mm.
rare. I can't even imagine what that would be like, having that level of like responsibility.
Yeah. I don't want it. I'm glad. I'm never been interested in medicine. Never. Just never.
My nana always told me I should be a doctor, and I just said, look, Nana, I am. I've got a PhD, so I've done it, Nana. She's like,
They're
that's,
just butchers. Medical doctors
medical
come.
doctor.
Let's talk about where doctors come from. Um, all right, Dr. Pritchard. Let's talk about that then, because doctors named Pritchard seem to be overrepresented in Oceania powerlifting.
Well, I wasn't a doctor when I was initially in the Oceania powerlifting, though, so I haven't
Oh,
actually
haven't you?
competed internationally as a doctor. No, I was doing my doctorate in 2014. I started, so my last international was that
Oh,
one
was it?
in Melbourne in 2014. Yeah, so I haven't done another international since that, and I started the PhD the start of that year and
Right.
finished it in end of 2017. So yeah, so the Dr. Pritchard has never competed on the international stage, at least the one from the side of the ditch. Although,
Well,
some
like I
good
keep
from the side
reminding
of the
people,
ditch as
all the
well.
greatest Australians are Kiwis. If you ascend to a certain level of performance as somebody hailing from New Zealand, we'll just call you an Australian eventually.
Same thing with Australian musicians and our people over and
Yeah,
stuff. So we're used to it.
I struggle when we call Crowded House an Australian band. It's like 2 out of 3 were, but it's the Finns. It's those silly Finn brothers again. They're almost Australian. They're so good at what they do that they're almost Australian. Yeah, right. Must be.
They must be Australian. That's how they're
We,
good.
we've
We're far too backwards a country here over across the ditch, mate. We've talked about the problems in our healthcare system and our education system.
we're going
No
through
surprises you guys come across a great
the
one.
formal process of handing Russell Crowe back to you, though. Anyway, so PhD.